I can honestly say that I don't know what I would do if I was found out that my husband's cheating on me. Hey girl, hey, welcome back to Just a Girl Talk. My name is Janine. If you are new here, if you're new, of course, be sure to subscribe, turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode, like this video, and share it out. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for joining in and watching another episode of Just a Girl Talk. So I try to be very open and honest when I'm talking about different topics, if it relates to marriage, motherhood, education, all those things. And recently, I had a conversation on TikTok Live. We were talking about infidelity in marriage, and as women, can we understand why a man would cheat? And a lot of women said no. For some women, it's like, no, I won't ever understand it. I don't care. I don't, it's a non-negotiable. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to be that woman. Like when I was much younger, like if a man cheated on me, because again, it's like he cheated on me. Like, why would you say with a man who's cheating on you, right? But I had that mentality, right? So I came across this post on TikTok where this woman talked about how cheating used to be a non-negotiable in her marriage. Like, she had the very much mentality, it doesn't matter if he cheats, if she finds out, I'm leaving, I'm done, I'm out. And she basically explained that that's not the case anymore. And what changed that is growing in her marriage, learning more about marriage, valuing marriage more, that just allowing cheating to be the thing that ends and stops the show from moving forward. She said that she just couldn't do it. Like, she had to realize like that I can't let that one thing, if that was to happen, stop us from moving forward with the life that you've already built with that person. And that really hit home for me, because I can honestly say, and I know some people might not agree with this, I can honestly say that I don't know what I would do if I was found out that my husband's cheating on me. I can also honestly say that I can't say that I would just leave. I don't know what I would do, but I also can't say with not knowing what I would do, that doesn't mean I'm going to leave. And I think for me, I'm such a forgiving person, and I understand forgiveness. And the closer that I get in my faith and just getting closer to God, I always ask myself, like, how can I ask God to forgive me and give me grace, and go to him countless number of times asking him to forgive me for my sins and be so forgiving, because he is the most forgiving. But I then turn around and say, I'll forgive anything but that. Imagine if God did that to us. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if he said that, I ain't gonna forgive, I'll forgive everything but that. So I feel like with being a forgiving person, because I know the type of person I am, I shouldn't just make that a non-negotiable, in my opinion. But the one thing that I really want to touch on with this topic is me being able to just honestly come out and say that I don't know what I would do, and I can't say that I would leave. And I'm also not encouraging other women to leave. I encourage women to do what they think is best, but I think you need to look at the whole situation, in totality, really look at the decision that you're about to make and how it's going to affect your family. That's what I will say. But what I'm saying is, to say that so many women have been attacked, judged, demonized for choosing to want to work it out with their husbands, to not just pack up their bags and leave, having friends, family, outsiders tell you, like, what's wrong with you, why would you stay? And just imagine how that woman already feels. She's already feeling some kind of way about the situation, maybe herself, her marriage, and to then want to vent to someone, and the first thing they say, oh, you leaving, right? You better be leaving him, right? You want to be able to say, I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's pressure to say, yeah girl, I'm gonna leave, because you don't want that woman to beat you down any more than you already feel. You don't want her to start judging. You don't want her to make you feel wrong for wanting to work it out with your marriage. These are vows, for better or for worse. And somehow we've tried to change what that means. Better or for worse means good and bad. And we can't pick and choose, well, cheating, that's not in the worst part. That's something else. No, that's a part of the worst. That's that side that why we take those vows. Sickness and health. Like when you're in good health, you're there. And if somebody gets sick, you should be there too. During the good times, you want to be there. But when it's bad times, how can you still show up? And that's the unfortunate side of when it comes to us, how we project onto other people. You've had a bad experience with cheating, right? Your partner may have cheated on you and he kept cheating on you, right? So then you in turn project on that woman and say, girl, if you don't leave, he's going to keep cheating on you. He's going to do this, he's going to do that. And then in turn, it's unfortunate. I had a woman come in my life the other day and she said that, like, I'm working out with my husband and so many people attacked me. So many of my family and friends had something negative to say about me for deciding to stay with my husband. Like, are we really out here mad that women are working it out with their husbands? And again, I'm not advocating. I don't condone cheating. I don't think it's okay. But I also understand forgiveness and I understand that people are human. As I said, I had a conversation about, can we understand why a man would cheat? And I can. I can be honest enough and say, if certain things are not, if I'm not meeting my husband's needs, if I'm completely choosing to ignore them, to push him away, pretend he's not my husband, what do I expect? Like, what do you expect is going to happen? We expect for our husbands to just sit around by the wayside being ignored, and if he happens to have a very weak moment, very vulnerable moment where he's just like, I just can't take it anymore, and somebody else is being nice to him and show him love and attention, I had to own that I wasn't giving it to him. And then if you try to tell another woman that the accountability part that you're trying to take in your marriage, they'll then tell you that you're dumb for that. They'll tell you, well, you stupid. You try and say it's your fault. No, I'm taking accountability on the role that I played. Like, did I push my husband into somebody else's arms? Did I make him feel unwanted? I did make him feel unwanted. I did make him feel like I didn't care about him. And men want to be loved as much as we want to be loved too. We all want to be wanted. So why would we think, like, like, how do you then just be like, well, he cheated, I'm out? No, we have to stop running from everything. And again, I'm not saying just be with a man who's terrible, who just cheating on you left and right and you doing everything right. Now that's a totally different situation. I'm talking about situations that happen that can be tough times. We're not meeting each other's needs, whatever the case may be. And the man steps out and he owns that he was wrong. But he's telling you, babe, I was trying to tell you. I got caught. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Let's do the work. Let's do the work. And only way that you can do that, though, is to be able to take that accountability, to hear what your husband is saying, to hear him out, not take the blame, not taking it fully. It's because it was a conscious choice. Because I don't believe in the once a cheater, always a cheater thing. I don't. I think you have to know your partner. You have to know your partner enough to know and be able to really, that connection that you have with them, to believe and forgive that, that doesn't mean this is the end all be all for our marriage because he may have cheated. Doesn't mean he's going to cheat forever. It also doesn't mean that a woman is weak. Stop saying that women are weak if they decide to stay in their marriage after dealing with infidelity. It does not make her weak. It doesn't mean that she has low self-esteem. It doesn't mean that she's less than. Somehow we try to flip it like a woman who decides to fight is desperate. She's less than. She's low vibe. Like, how? I think that's a strong woman. That's a forgiving woman. That's a God-fearing woman to me. Again, I ask God for grace every day to forgive me for my sins. So I'm not too good to forgive. Especially if it's my husband who I know is a good man and who made a conscious choice, but a bad choice. We see marriages who go through, like, no marriage is perfect. No marriage at all is perfect. And I think the biggest issue that comes into play with this is just the outside factors. So many people let other people get in their ears, in their way, and cloud their judgment, their thoughts, and you could be risking losing everything. And I know your husband did, you know, if he decided to step out, that's a risk you take. But then when we just impulsively don't look at the whole situation as a whole and not react off of emotions, like, you can be upset, you have every right to be upset, you have every right to be frustrated, you have every right to be angry, you have every right to have all the feelings that you're feeling if this happens to you. And my heart goes out to any woman who is dealing with that currently or has been through it. But we have to know sometime when we need to slow down and not make a life-changing decision involving our children based on my emotion right now. You know what I'm saying? We got to just slow down. Trust can be rebuilt. I believe it can be rebuilt. It takes work. It takes work. Anytime you have to start over and do it again, it takes work. It takes working 10 times harder. But it's possible. That's why therapy's there. That's, you know, we wouldn't have marriage counseling if it didn't work, if there was no benefit to it. It is. We just have to have two people who are willing and want to do the work to become out stronger. And I've heard it from a lot of couples who have went through infidelity in their marriage and came out stronger. And they're not always thinking about what happened. Like, people think, well, you know, aren't you going to think about what happened in the past all the time? No. That's a such thing as forgiving. You don't have to forget, but I forgave. I'm not carrying all that heavy weight. I'm not going to say I forgive my husband and I'm going to stay, but every chance I get, I'm going to keep reminding him of, oh, you cheated on me. That's not healthy. And it's also not healthy for children to have to go through that. We have to keep kids out of our business when it comes to this type of stuff. It's not for them to carry. It's not. If a couple goes through that and they have children, the kids don't necessarily have to know that. We involve them in that. We let them know what's going on, and it's not for them. We shouldn't be trying to change how the child views their mother or how the child views their father. Let those children be children and leave it at that. Keep that between you and daddy, mommy and daddy, and mommy's bedroom and daddy's bedroom. Let's keep that in there, and don't let the kids, you know, get involved in that, because it will alter and change their viewpoint on a person because they feel like you hurt me. And once a child understands what cheating means and all that, it can be like, oh yeah, he was cheating. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just need to be more conscious. As women, we can't ask for grace and want so much grace and not be able to give grace to our partners. Again, we take vows. And if you believe in your vows, if you trust the person that you've married, and knowing that they made a bad decision, a bad choice. I'm not going to call it a mistake, but a bad choice. But I know I believe I can trust you again. I believe I can. I think it's possible. I just think we just have to be willing to make the decision for ourselves. Do not let people get in your ear and make you feel bad or wrong for wanting to forgive and work through your stuff with your partner. It's not worth it. Because those people are not going to be there when you leave, and now where you going to go? Ain't nobody offering a home to you and your kids. Nobody offering to pay your bills for you. They're not. They're telling you to, girl, get out of there. Okay, you get out of there, and then where you go? Then where you go? Just remember that marriage is work. It takes work. And as long as you want to do the work to continue to work through these hard times, anything is possible. Anything can come out of it. And you can come out stronger. As I said, you can come out a lot stronger when you actually go through some hard times. So it doesn't have to always even be cheating. It could be financial trouble. It could be, you know, health related stuff. We come out stronger because we had to work hard to get through this, and that's how much we show we really both wanted it. You know what I'm saying? So I think, again, if you have a friend or a family member who's going through something like this, don't judge her. Don't make her feel bad or guilty if she wants to stay. It didn't work out for you, but let that woman make her own decision for herself. It's not fair for us to project onto our friends and family with our own stuff. We can understand how it may feel, because if I've went through that, I can understand how you're feeling, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. Let somebody make their own decision. You know, I think that's what's most important. So let me know in the comments though what you guys think. Are you able to forgive cheating? Is it a non-negotiable for you? Can you see yourself working through in your marriage? Drop the comment below and let me know. But thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, like the video, share it out, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.